UFC 300. Well, Du Plessis took himself out. Du Plessis took himself out last night. I got that information this morning. 5:30 in the morning, I'm watching Fox News and I'm checking the stock market and boom, dirt sheets come out. Du Plessis made it last night, but I got it today. Not going to fight at 300 and said his reasons. And one of them was spot on. He said, well, if there's going to be a UFC Africa, and he believes there is, he said this fight would be bigger and do better in UFC Africa. Oh, yeah, I could not disagree with that. I don't know that there is a UFC Africa, but the reigning world champion who's planning to fight on it would have that information, it would seem, perhaps, before me. Okay. Well, you then take a look at it and you say, it just can't be Leon. Just can't. And there is something going on at 170 pounds. But Ariel Helwani told me, and he was guessing. Said, you guys remember that I called Ariel and we had this speaker call, and it ended up being this huge hit. Like hundreds of thousands of you watched it. It was this really fun thing, but I asked him about it. And Ariel said, well, Chael, I think you're right. I think there's something about the offering of Blahal and Leon that is bringing some trepidation. And he said, I don't actually know why, but he said, I do think that's true. And he said, but Chael, you're in a little bit of a conspiracy mind state to believe that that's because they're getting ready to do something else with Leon. And I definitely was of that mind state. I never told you guys, but I privately went to St. Pierre and just said, hey, are you getting ready for 300? I'm the one that brought you to the point that Coach Javier Mendez had to come out publicly to correct it. I told you, hey, I think that Khabib might be getting ready to come back. And there's always the talk of Islam. And Islam is the one guy that called for a fight with Leon. He's the one guy not named Belal Muhammad. Everybody stood back and said, man, Belal, it's your every welterweight. They were cool. Gilbert Burns, who only wants top fights. I mean, everybody, they just said, go ahead. Well, there was one guy, and it was Islam. The problem with that's just not a massive fight. You're talking about UFC 300. So in theory, whether it comes or not, in theory, it is going to be the biggest card you have ever put on. You as a promoter who also has a career. You as a company who also has a career and memories and a legacy. Going to bring the biggest fight that you've ever put on. And it is not Islam versus Leon. So what's going on? And I could tell you accurately that Izzy Du Plessis was offered a spot on 300. I could not confirm for you that it was a main event. Though they thought it was going to be. We, I believe, thought collectively it was going to be. I can't actually get you that far, but I can confirm that those calls went out to both sides, and I can now confirm for you they did not come back. They did not come back affirmative. In fact, I believe that it was Izzy's side with Izzy's return that had the trepidations, but publicly that's not the way the story will be told. Because publicly, Du Plessis went, and he went first, and said, I'm not going to do it on that date. All right. Well, we did have the hint by Dana that Conor McGregor versus Chandler could fill in there. Again, I don't believe you have a jaw-dropping moment for that. Only because you don't have a surprise for that. To drop your jaw is a surprise. Jaw-dropping is always a surprise. Always. It's not something you knew you were going to get. You just didn't know when you were going to get it. It's not like that. All right, I got 2 gifts coming to me. My mom, she's going to give me one for my birthday, and one's going to be at the holiday. Got me a PlayStation 5, and she got me a coffee maker. Oh, I really need them both. But when you go open that one on your birthday, which came first, whether it's the PlayStation or it's the coffee maker, you're happy there's nothing where you would drop your draw. You knew it was going to be a PlayStation or a coffee maker, right? I feel like I'm explaining something very clearly, because when all is said and done, it might just be a little bit of disappointment by us, where we're going to be the spoiled kids that are used to getting everything we want, and it's just not one of those spots. Like UFC 300 could go off right now the way it is right now. Max Justin going to the main event. You got the #1 contendership, whatever's going on with Oliveira. You got Arm is finally going to get his big crack. You got Holly, and you got the girl. You got Bo Nickel, who everybody likes to see. When people find out that Cody's a hell of a lot harder opponent for Bo than people think that he is. I mean, right? You got it right now. But we were told it's not done. We were told there's still a jaw-dropping fight to come. So Dana White today went on Pat McAfee's show, and he said, we're still going to do Conor and Chandler. We have no date. It will not be June. And we're currently looking to the fall. So our guess when Dana pulled June was that he was getting ready to be able to put it in April. And we're now finding out that it's not. You guys understand what I'm saying to you right now? I want to make sure that you're following this. Son, are you all right?
Yeah.
Are you being funny? Or do you need me? You can come over. Do you need me?
No.
People love to see it, but I've interrupted the video now. You want to come over here? All right. I got my little boy with me. He was making a look. This is Thero. Maybe he was responding from Chandler or Conor, but guys, stay with me. This is one of the bigger things that I've told you in a meaningful period of time. Dana came out 3 weeks ago and says Conor's not fighting in June, and then he smirks. That's it. Very important they understand this. No, Conor's not fighting in June. And there's a smirk. And the topic at the time was 300. So we, on our own, decided that the smirk had to do and the cancellation of June with 300. We decided that on their own. We were not told that in any fashion. We were just told it wasn't June and had a smirk. So now that Dana's gone to Pat McAfee and said, no, it's not about 300, and no, it's not about June, and no, we don't even have a date, and in the best case scenario, it's going to be towards the end of the year. Do you understand what just happened? Conor got scolded. Conor's never been scolded publicly. And I don't know why he got scolded. I don't think that Conor did anything wrong. Conor came out, I don't like the word lie. I think an entertainer has the ability to tell a story. You have fictional stories and you have non-fictional stories. I don't think you have a lie. But Conor came out with information and delivered it as though it was just that information, and it was misinformation. That he and Chandler were going to headline T-Mobile Arena International Fight Week in 2024, date June 29th. And he did that as an old carny trick that generally will work as long as the media you deliver it to reports it as though it's news, not speculation. And they did. Conor got him. Conor did everything right, and Conor should have won. You run into a situation where your media partners are going to call you and go, hey, wait a minute. You didn't have this plan for June 29th, but you plan to do it, right? Yeah, I plan to do it. Okay. Well, do you have something else planned for the 29th? No, I don't. Okay, well, do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Why aren't you going to do it? You said you're going to do it. You don't have anything else planned. It's a big fight. You're going to do the fight. Why? Do it there, because we've already told the audience. And whether we got duped or not, you can cover us. If you actually make the fight, we now aren't duped. The difference between being duped and being scooped, which means you went first, which adds to credibility, is just if the information ends up coming to fruition. And in spite of all of that, Dana told Pat McAfee, I'm not going to do it. Which means Dana did not like the stunt. Neither guy reported sick. Neither guy reported injured. Conor actively trying to box Pacquiao and putting out training footage. Michael Chandler, possibly the most disciplined guy in our sport. 2 a day, every day, 6 days a week. Nobody's sick and nobody's hurt. There was a scolding. Make no mistake about it. And we all steal ideas from one another. We all sit back. We all see what works. I would have supported what Conor did. I liked how he did it. I liked how he led into it. I liked that it was New Year's. I liked that it was pre-recorded. I liked everything except for the little sissy whine. The little whine swear. I liked the whole bit. But if we are watching each other and we're observing and we're stealing ideas and seeing what works and what doesn't, this one just got a very public rebuke. Make sure you witness that.